Hi, Chanel from Tips and Tricks HQ here, and in this video tutorial, we'll be taking a look at the difference between the Stripe and the Square payment gateways. While both Square and Stripe share some similarities such as their branding and names, they each offer features which suit two entirely different business models. We'll be taking a look at integrations, pricing, payment methods, and ease of use to outline which payment gateway may better suit your business venture. Before we delve into the difference between Stripe and Square, it's important that you first consider what features you will actually need for your website to work correctly. So perhaps you require a payment gateway that accepts American Express or Apple Pay, or maybe a large percentage of your customer base live outside of the United States. You'll need to work out if accepting international transactions is a big deal or not. And you'll need to know if you'll require support to set up the payment gateway. Maybe there's a specific integration that you will require, such as the integration with WooCommerce, or perhaps your business is part of a high-risk industry, so you'll need to take a look at some of the payment gateways that serve those sort of businesses. When talking about the pros of using Square, there's no additional fees for international cards, it's very user-friendly, it has a strong POS system, and no chargeback fees. On the downside, there are a lack of integrations, it's not suitable for high-risk businesses, does not offer special rates for non-profit or large-scale businesses, and the currency is limited to the country that you live in. If we move across to Stripe, you'll be able to achieve global sale abilities, a completely customizable checkout and pre-built integrations, an on-site checkout, and you'll have access to 24/7 support, which also includes phone support. On the downside, it can be daunting for those without developer knowledge. It's again not available for high-risk businesses. It's pricey to accept international cards, and if the customer is favored when submitting a chargeback, it will cost the merchant. Developer abilities and integrations, Stripe versus Square. If you're a developer, there is no doubt that Stripe will allow you to achieve an unlimited amount of customizations. The developer documentation is extensive, and so is the list of ready-to-go integrations. On the other hand, Square was designed specifically for those companies that needed a POS system as well as the possibility of selling items online. It takes a simpler online approach which does not have the customization abilities that Stripe has when in hands of a developer. While the common integrations between Stripe and Square may fit your website needs, for other websites, Square does not have a pre-developed solution, whereas 9 out of 10 times Stripe does. There are thousands of pre-developed integrations on the Stripe marketplace that you can check out, compared to a mere 100 or so on the Square marketplace. When speaking about pricing, which is why I have pulled up the pricing of Stripe and the pricing of Square, we found that Square was the winner. While both of these payment platforms charge 2.9% plus 30 cents for each successful transaction, Square takes out the win for its competitive in-store transaction rates. Not only is the POS card reader slightly cheaper at $49 USD compared to the Stripe card reader that starts at $59 USD, per transaction, Square only charges 2.6% plus 10 cents, whereas Stripe charges 2.7% plus 5 cents. For Square, you don't need to worry about any costs for disputes or chargebacks, whereas with Stripe, you can expect to pay $15 USD when a chargeback occurs and is settled in the customer's favor. While Square can work out cheaper for the majority of companies that wish to have in-store and online payments, for non-profit companies, Stripe does offer some discounts, whereas Square does not. So that's something to think about when choosing your payment gateway. If you are a non-profit company, you might want to inquire with Stripe to see what rate they're going to offer you before choosing Square. If you wish to accept a number of different online payment options, Stripe is going to be your better choice. As you can see here, they've listed a number of their different payment options, although there's many more to choose from. Stripe currently offers Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, JCB, UnionPay, Alipay, Amex Express, SEPA Direct Debit, SoFort, P24, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Microsoft Pay, WeChat Pay, ACH, Alipay, Bancontact, EPS, GiroPay, and Ideal. This compares to Square that only offers your basic credit debit cards such as Visa, MasterCard, American Express, JCB, etc. So you're very limited to the type of cards that you can accept when you have a Square online e-commerce store. While this won't affect some companies, it will affect those that are wishing to trade on a global basis. When talking about the ease of use, if you aren't a developer, you may find that Square is much easier to use. Even one of their points states, make it easy. They take a simple approach so that anyone can start up an online business and start selling products either in-store or from their website. If you decide to use Square, you will need to have a third-party software such as WooCommerce to allow you to accept Square payments. Whereas if you choose to use Stripe, you can set up a Stripe checkout on your website if you have the knowledge to do so. So this is why many developers actually choose Stripe, as they can customize that checkout immensely compared to Square, where it's pretty much what you see is what you're going to get. So let's talk about the verdict, Stripe versus Square. While there is no doubt that Stripe and Square do have some similar features, they both appeal to two different types of businesses. For those who wish to sell in person, currently Square makes for a better payment option. It was built around the POS system, so everything is ready to go. While the e-commerce aspect of Square isn't as feature-filled or developer-friendly as Stripe, for many businesses, Square offers the necessities that they need. On the other hand, large-scale businesses that sell goods or services to customers around the globe need a payment gateway that can handle differing methods of payment and multiple currencies. This is where Stripe is a real winner. The thorough amount of integrations or the possibility to develop your own means that any checkout experience can be handled with Stripe. Stripe definitely does not offer a strong POS integration, although it's still an option as of recently. If you are going to primarily be selling from a storefront and you do not require specific integrations or payment methods, Square may still be more suited. While there's no one real winner when talking about Stripe versus Square, for individual businesses, there's definitely a better choice between the two. It comes down to the features that your business requires, the scale of your business, but primarily if the business serves customers in person or online. Some companies that are better off using Square include small businesses and brick and mortar stores, compared to the best users of Stripe, which are generally merchants that have website developers, large-scale online businesses, or global companies. So that pretty much wraps up this tutorial on just explaining what the difference is between Stripe and Square and taking a look at how their different transaction costs add up. So at the end of the day, you'll need to question what you really need, if it's multiple integrations or if it's a really good POS system.